Have you seen this one? It's a period drama with a modern twist. Nearly everyone is talking about it. Of course, we're talking about the hot new Netflix show called Bridgerton. More than 60 million households have seen the series produced by Shonda Rhimes. The show follows Daphne Bridgerton as she makes her debut in high society London's competitive marriage market. Enter the rebellious, dashing Duke of Hastings, and sparks soon begin to fly. Well, I recently was able to speak with the show's two biggest stars about their roles, the steamy scenes between them, and the possibility of a second season. Phoebe Dynevor plays Daphne Bridgerton. Regé-Jean Page plays Simon Bassett. They're each other's love interest on the show. Thank you for joining us. All right, Phoebe.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Phoebe, I'm going to start with you. You play Daphne Bridgerton, who's being introduced to London society to find a suitable mate, which, you know, hearing that sounds so anti-feminist, but there is a strong feminism to this show. What do you love about this role?
I think it's exactly that. I think that, you know, Daphne has such a strength about her, even though she's so naive and so, you know, in a world where basically women had to just find a husband and marry and have children, and that was their only option, really. So I think that's what I love about playing a character who within that is still manages to be in control of her destiny and be able to say no. And you know, she has real inner strength and power, which is really what I loved about her as a character.
And Regé-Jean, you are the dashing Duke of Hastings. You're determined never to marry, never to have children. Obviously, more depth to that character as well. What drew you to this character?
I think the fact that we had so much space to play with him. I think he comes in a long line of traditional kind of male leads in these stories, like, you know, your Mr. Darcy's, your Heathcliffs. And I think finding new ways to approach that kind of romantic lead and seeing what parts we can bring into that we haven't necessarily focused on before, talking about kind of what we want from our lovers in the 21st century and looking at that through a kind of 19th century lens. And so just the space that we had to play and explore new things was very exciting to me.
And speaking of that, Phoebe, you guys have this crazy on-screen chemistry. Some of these scenes get pretty steamy. How do you get to that comfort level? What goes into those scenes?
Yeah, I mean, they're so brilliantly rehearsed. We had an amazing intimacy coordinator named Lizzie who just, we rehearsed everything so intricately and in such detail that by the time we got onto set, you know, we knew exactly what we were doing. And also, you know, it's not really there for gratuitous reasons. It is there to tell a story. So I think that was both mine and Regé's sort of our way through it. Was every scene tells a story about their relationship and where they are as people within that. So it was all to tell the story, and we felt super safe by the time we were on set because we rehearsed things so intricately.
And Regé, the show is produced by Shonda Rhimes. She created so many hit shows. Grey's Anatomy is one. I know you've worked with her before. What's it like working with her again, this time in a period drama?
Surprisingly familiar. I remember the first table read for the show. All the Brits were kind of a little bit shocked and scandalized at quite how quickly this was all moving. And there was lots and lots of very kind of contemporary language and rhythms. It was like, oh, we're not quite sure what to do with this. And I kind of opened the script and went, it's like coming home. This is exactly how Shondaland writes. This is exactly the kind of pace that we move at. This is exactly kind of the level of shock and delight that they like to bring into the scripts. So overwhelmingly, it was just kind of fun to be a bit of a bridge between those two cultures as we tried to kind of alchemize something new out of it. And I think that hopefully we did pretty well with that.
And Phoebe, before we let you go, what can you tell us, if anything, about a second season?
Oh, I don't know. We're hoping for another season. There's obviously 8 books and 7 other siblings' journeys to explore. So yeah, I hope there'll be many, many more.
I think you guys may be, and I think all the fans are as well. Phoebe Dynevor and Regé-Jean Page, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I honestly have a crush right now. She is cute.
Which one of them?
Yeah,
They're both so gorgeous.
It's a good show. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a little, you know, can't watch it with kids, but I mean, it's really good.